know that Scotland's already reserved the possibility of having a second referendum. As the First Minister of Scotland has made clear, once it is obvious to her that the likelihood is that the Scottish people will carry a referendum, she will then have it. So that's issue number one, the departure of Scotland. If the United Kingdom leaves the European Union, and Ireland doesn't, and it certainly won't, what you will actually have is an absolute imperative for a new border. A new border in a country which has achieved peace by essentially scrapping borders. How much have any of you heard about the 2 million Britons living on the continent of Europe? Almost nothing. And certainly nobody in the Leave campaign has ever mentioned it. And in fact, some of you know Spain, Portugal and Greece, where many of our pensioners have gone to live because they like the sunshine, have actually been amazingly generous as much poorer countries to our own pensioners who get the full health benefits that they would have in the NHS from countries like Spain, which are far, far poorer. Good example of taking back control. You may remember that the Mayor of London locked in a cupboard the information that said that the district schools in London, in the poorest districts, were affected so seriously by air pollution that the public health authorities said the children there were in real danger. And it was only when the European Union started being very irritating by going around and actually measuring levels of, for example, air that affected things like asthma, that finally Mr. Boris Johnson, in one broadcast only, reluctantly mentioned air pollution, which is desperate in London. Is he taking back control? No. So there's a lot of hypocrisy in the world taking back control, and a lot of it involves domestic politics. I think what many people simply don't understand is that there's one issue after another that cannot be dealt with or overcome on the basis of one sovereign country. And the obvious one, which affects many young people, is climate change. So what do we do then when we face climate change? We either operate by putting together a group of countries which are all sovereign, but together may be able to conduct a solution to this problem, like the Paris conference of January went some way to do. But just forget it. You cannot deal with it on the basis of taking back control in the United Kingdom. And that's an example of how we are walking around many of the most difficult issues because it's easier to pretend they're not there. And for me, in many ways, the absolutely crucial central issue is whether the United Kingdom, with admittedly a patchy but remarkable historical record, decides to abdicate from the world because it doesn't want to face the huge issues of great refugee flows, of inequality, of relationships with the whole of the Eurasian continent. Then it will be a tragic departure from its own best traditions, and one I hope you all do everything you can to ensure does not happen.